Super Media Runners!
Welcome to Super Media Runners. We run the media to you. I'm Jarek, and with the holidays coming, I wanted to pitch a sequel to the beloved Christmas modern classic, Elf.
In Pitch Runners, we will go over cast, plot summary, and our whole movie pitch using Dan Harmon Story Circle through the main character's journey. But before we take that journey, we must consult the studio deck. We pick one card and must do what the card says during the presentation of our idea.
So in case you missed our holiday movie tier list, I haven't been a big fan of Elf nowadays, especially when comparing it to the holiday greats like Grinch, Jingle All the Way, and Krampus. So clearly my palate is a bit different. But what I can appreciate in one of the first man-child movies of the early 2000s from Jon Favreau is the earnestness the movie portrays when it comes to a father-son relationship. When Will is not being an annoying TikTok prankster at a mall or ruining his biological father's entire job, it charms and creates that sense of family we are also familiar with around Christmas time. As far as plot summary and cast, there will not be any shakeups we'll worry about. It's funny because I just watched Hema's Studios YouTube video on the canceled Elf sequel just recently, and what was proposed for this sequel, it's just a lot of it. I could see that sense of family, Will, Elf Buddy's character having like a daughter. I feel like that makes a lot of sense. But with Will already in his mid-50s, I think a look at late fatherhood would be super interesting if they were going to make an Elf movie now, like a sequel. So, the plot summary. Buddy must reconnect with his son for Christmas and fulfill his biological father's last request from his will, while also getting back in touch with his North Pole roots after living in NYC with his family for decades. So, the addition of the cast would be Josh Hutcherson. He'd be playing Buddy's late 20s son, who is a jaded adult that feels like he had to be different from his father because of his celebrity status, and his elf culture. It's just the way Buddy was. So before we start anything, let's draw a card from the studio deck before we get this started. Okay, contention catastrophe. Your idea must have a scene that spurs controversy or would probably upset people in a political argument. Sounds like something I should probably save for the end. So Buddy is in a zone of comfort with his wife, Jovi, living in a comfortable NYC apartment, having just come back from another book tour. He gets a call that his biological father, rest in peace James Caan, the actor who played Buddy's father, has passed away peacefully in his sleep under hospice care. Buddy is devastated and is reunited with his stepmother and brother, Mary and Michael. We see pictures of Buddy's father, in videos of his later life filled with joy and happiness with Buddy and the rest of their family. The Will, not the feral. is then brought into the picture. It appears that Buddy's dad made some changes to his will and created one request for the whole family to spread his ashes in the North Pole and spend one big Christmas celebration as an entire family there. Almost as a tribute to his love and off-screen relationship with Buddy. Buddy wants to make sure everything is perfect for this upcoming Christmas celebration. That is his want. Now, the unfamiliar situation for Buddy comes from contacting or reaching out to his son, who is now a blue-collar single father of one daughter that has a strained relationship with his dad. Buddy reconnects, and despite his positive intentions, it's clear that Buddy's son, who we will call Buddy Jr., feels like he never had a normal father-son relationship with his own dad, and was constantly bullied and compared to his father by his peers, which led him to distance himself from the elf side of his family. After Buddy Jr. and the rest of the fam travel to the North Pole together, we are introduced to the rest of the cast, including Papa Elf, where through the magic of Christmas and family, they adapt to their strained relationship. So in a way, Buddy gets what he wants, a proper send-off to his father, and mending the relationship with his son. However, Buddy's antics and strange culture of being an elf plays out for the rest of the family that eventually frustrates Buddy Jr., and it ends in an argument that leaves Buddy storming off to clear his head, with Buddy Jr.'s daughter following close by. Through the winter cold, Buddy's granddaughter is taken by a stop-motion snow yeti that takes her into a cave. Buddy, with the help of his North Pole buddies, saves them on their own holiday way, but not without Buddy losing Papa Elf, who saves them last minute from the Yeti. Buddy Jr. realizes the family he has and apologizes for losing his way, now realizing that Buddy was the best father he could ever have. Luckily, Buddy Jr. and the rest of the family are able to help Papa Elf recover, and thus return to their familiar situation back in NYC, having changed. Buddy having realized how he could have been a better father and hopes to be a better grandfather to his granddaughter, and Buddy Jr. now understands that, what it means to be an elf. I think from someone who wanted to see Buddy reflect on how annoying he can be, but also appreciating how well of an actor Will Ferrell, when given the right material, everything must go. Great movie. This is a great sequel pitch that implements more of the North Pole lore and bringing the cast in a reverse fish out of water scenario, while also bringing a father-son relationship that wasn't explored in the previous movie. So, now to this contention catastrophe thing. All right, this is real. So your idea must have a scene that spurs controversy or would probably upset people in a political argument. Yeah, something about elves, make it a race thing, or oh, they got big pointy ears, and they're like, oh, that's a stereotype. That's ignorant of you to say. Something like that. That'd probably piss off a lot of people. Let's just make that the thing. So what do you think of my pitch? What would you want from an Elf 2? Do you hope we get one eventually? Let us know in the comments below, and happy holidays, everybody.